Okay, so we're going to go for the forecast for the month of October. So it's going to be 8 October, which is yesterday, until 7 November. For those of you who are not familiar, my name is Kevin Chan. So I'm the author of the book BaZi Road to Success and the resident consultant for Joey Yap Consulting Group. So I've appeared in a few platforms like TV, Bernama, Melody FM on the radio, and also a lot of function like iProperty, Home Deck. Okay, so those are places that you can find me. So we are gonna talk about the month of October, right? So let's take a look at the month. So it's month of October. So it's Jiaxu. All right, so it's a wood dog. All right, Jiaxu is a wood dog. So this is going to be the wood dog month. So what you need to do, what you need to know right now is that rabbit combined with the dog. So if you have any rabbit inside your BaZi chart, whether it's in the year, month, day, or also hour, so you are having a combine whereby when you have a dragon and dog is a clash. So you have a clash if you have a dragon inside your chart. So you may want to pay a little bit of attention on clashes, because clashes usually are externally happen incident that forces you to make certain decision that you may not be happy about. So just put that in the mind. And auxiliary star, you got sky happiness this month. So it is one of the greatest combination star that is available among all the auxiliary star. So it is usually quite synonymous with marriage and also childbirth. Okay, so those are the one that they want. So in the olden day, this is actually a very auspicious indicator of getting married. So they like to pick a sky happiness star day to get married. Okay, so for those of you who have yet to print your BaZi chart, do visit the website www.joeyyap.com /BaZi chart to have your BaZi chart printed. Okay, so the difference that I do on forecasting is that I will be doing it based on Daymaster. So it won't be basing on any of your animal sign, which normally you see out in the market. So I'll be using Daymaster to look at it. So the Daymaster is the one that is circled on the day with a different color. Just the top, okay, the Daymaster will be the top. So we'll be going through all 10 Daymaster and looking at what is the opportunity coming to you. So you may have different objective in your life. So I will just cover a little bit. Mainly it is going to be about finances and career. That will be the main thing that I'll be covering about. If you have anything else later, we will have a question and answer session at the end. And that is where I will cover some of the weirder questions that you may want to pose to me, something that you may not to understand. So let's take a look at it. So we'll start with the Jiawood. Okay, so we'll take a look at the Jiawood right now. All right, so Jiawood this year, right, this month, if you look at it, so something for you to just pay attention to, that this month, because of the Jia from the month and then the Ji from the year, okay, they are actually forming a natural combine. So Jia and Ji is basically a combination, and because the month right now is a dog month, the dog is an earth month. So this combination basically is valid, and in BaZi Advanced, you will know that this is called a combine and transform. Okay, so these are something that you need to know. So it creates a little bit of an issue, because later I'll just cover what are some of the issues that you want to take a look at. All right, so let's go back to the Jiawood first. So Jiawood this year, this month is basically you will be facing with the friend star on top. So when you have the friend star on top, it is usually talking about joyous moment, joyous situation whereby, friend gathers, people around gather around. So there's a lot of joy to be spread, all right? So what you want to do this year is that, you want to thanks those people that has been helpful for you for your journey, things that you have done, you want to be a bit thankful for them. Because this year, the entire year is a direct wealth year for you. So you would have made a little bit more money than a lot of other people. So what you want to do right now is to take maybe a percentage of the money out and, spread the joy a bit, buy something for them, show your appreciation, those are the things that you want to do. So what you want to be cautious of is don't lend any money, because there's a lot of inside the dog. you would find that there is a hurting officer and direct officer hidden down under there. So when these two stars meet each other, it usually translates to a legal problem. So when money is involved, legal money is involved. The thing right now is that if you lend money to people, you may not get the money back. Right, so those are the ones that you need to be careful of, and of course, do not be a guarantor this month. Okay, anything that come for you to sign, you better take a look at it. Okay, what you want to do action-wise, spend as required lah. This month is a month for you to show appreciation, so you do need to spend a bit. Let your friend take a little bit of advantage of you. Okay, so again, just repeat that. You have already made some money this year, so take some out and treat them to a good time. All right, so this is the month for you to basically do that. It's for you, the Jia wood person. Now is the yin wood person, which is the yin. So what you are looking at right now, so it is a rock wealth. So you are facing a rock wealth on top there, and you are also in a wealth star year. So you look at it, your wealth star is basically intact, great. So what you want to do is to create a competitive gap. So rock wealth is all about competition. It's a lot of time about, getting ahead on people, being a little bit better than the people around you. So it is a good month for you to pull the gap because you have resource. Again, you have also made a little bit of money there, here and there, right? So you want to make the gap bigger when you are, competing with someone. So it's a good month for you to spend your money in creating gap. Providing extra value out that your competitor may not willing to provide. So don't want to go on unnecessary branded spending. So one way for you to create the gap is basically to dress better, eat better, drive better, anything also better. So you will think of wanting to spend a little bit more on branded things so that you look nicer. But when you spend on something that is lasting. Okay, so what you want to do, spend on lasting impression. So spend on something that's lasting, something that's great. Spending on knowledge will always be good. So if you are spending your money in accumulating knowledge and increasing your knowledge, and use that knowledge to open up the gap between you and your competitor, right? So if you are doing that, then it's great because that one is more lasting, all right? Other than, buying a big car just to impress people, just to tell people that you're better than the other person. So that doesn't last too long. So that's what you want to do for yourself if you are the Yi Wood personality. So Pink Fire. Now Pink Fire is looking at resource. You're looking at resource star this year. So now take into consideration that you do have a hurting officer in the year. So hurting officer itself is already a star that is pretty much quite screaming, and also the indirect resource star also is a star that basically come out of the box. So basically, if you think out of it, get out some outstanding idea. People say that think out of the box. This month, I think the box completely does not exist at all. So go outrageous with your idea. Just spread the idea out. See how big can you. So what you need to be cautious of throwing such big ideas, that is either you go for a big breakthrough or you get your heart crushed and you get a big breakdown. So you need to be cautious on what you can afford to lose. Okay, put it in a way, ideas, you can always afford to lose some ideas, but if you are backing your idea with too much what you call, I don't know, you want to call it conviction, or you got too much at stake in putting into the ideas, then you may suffer a little bit if the idea happen to not fly. So you need to know how much can you afford, how much can you sustain before go. So just expose the idea. When you do, just expose, bring the idea out, test it until it break. Okay, so with the least amount of resource that is available. So if you're just spreading the idea via telling people, then it doesn't cost you any money, you see. But if you, let's say that you put in the idea, then you pump in the money, you go and you get people to support you, and then the idea suddenly drop, then you will have a little bit of a problem. Okay, so you just need to be cautious of failure. Right, think fire, right? Think fire. Think fire. If you take a look at it, right? You are the month give you a direct resource. So when you are looking at direct resource, always remember that direct resource mean that a person will basically come and teach you something. So this is how in the olden day anyone learn anything. So today we translate direct resource to learning, but you just need to go back in time and see that in the olden day you can only learn if there is a competent master who come and step into your life and decide to teach you, which means take you under the wing and teach you. So when you talk about direct resource, mean that there is a mentor or there is a coach out there who are wanting to teach you something. So you need to use this month to improve relationship with those that guide you. Don't hold back on your praises, and help others know their contribution. So praise them, when they come and, give you some mentorship, you need to thank them for them to know that you appreciate their help. Don't go on a spree whereby, you go like, oh, this thing I already know, it's not very appreciative. So you need to go on an appreciative approach so that you encourage them to further give you the information. So whether you use or you don't use the information, that is another case. But you need to show them that you are actually caring about the information that they give you. So what you need to be a bit more careful of is basically jealousy. Okay, just a little bit of jealousy here. When you are advertising other people, it could attract some unnecessary jealousy. So when you are, when you are thankful of your mentor in front of other people, some may say that you are apple polishing. Okay, some may say, right? So you need to be careful of that. Just be a little bit careful with how you word the entire thing and don't overdo it. All right, just don't overdo it. So what we usually advise is that, aim specifically on action that the other person has taken and don't add in things that, that doesn't happen. So you need to be very sincere in terms of action here, be sincere with the things that you do. So that's why, focus on things that the person has actually done and don't overdo or overput things that is, not in the entire picture at all. All right, so just don't be too boastful of the entire activity of praising other people. So those are the ones that you want to concentrate on for the thing. So Wu Earth. So Wu Earth is basically your young Earth counterpart. So young Earth counterpart, you look at it, 7 killing. Again, very aggressive and always look at the 7 killing star, and the year star is basically your rock wealth. So you got rock wealth and 7 killing. So rock wealth competitive, 7 killing aggressive. So very aggressive competitive thing out there. So what you do right now is that it's basically a preemptive strike. So basically, you attack first. All right. So make the first move. So anything at all, you need to just go and become the first mover. So when you are doing an attack, you need to be careful, try not to be a shield. So what do you mean by try not to be a shield? So now you are in an aggressive state, you want to compete with people. Here's the thing, right? When you go and protect someone, maybe, there's a weaker person around there, right? You have this, nature. Now, Wu Earth already normally have the nature of protectiveness. They have it, the nature of protectiveness. So when they see a weaker individual being bullied or being thing, they tend to go and help the person. So in that situation, you are being a shield. Okay, so which means you are dragging this person along and, try to protect the other person instead of actual attacking. So you need to be, be careful of it, of that situation. So move first and then move fast. What does that mean is that, you attack, but then you don't persist on the attacking. You make your point, you get things done, move on to the next one already, don't be a sitting duck. So again, Wu Earth, is a big mountain. You are basically a sitting duck. So when you attack someone, you need to expect people to attack you back, right? So before they return you the favor, you better move on to the next thing. So you need to do a bit of a guerrilla tactic, attack, move on, attack, move on, attack, move on. But you do need to attack first. G-Earth, let's look at the G-Earth counterpart. So G-Earth counterpart, if you look at it, direct officer. friend star. So no, direct officer, friend star, when you combine them together, friend in high places. So this is how you basically take a look at that. Take time to make some friend in high places. So the star of authority very strong for you, and then you may want to charm them, and to make them stand by your side. So it's really, really a good month for you to make the high connection with people. So those people that last time may be a bit more difficult to get close to, this is the year, this is the month for you to basically go in and say hi to them. You make yourself a bit more significant. All right, so those are the ones that you want to get connected with. So caution not to be too manipulative. Okay, approach relationship in a very neutral manner. Really, you go in there, it's not that you are expecting anything from this high level people. You just want to be friend with them, and one up is that you want to contribute to them. So you basically want to go in and see how you can help them, or how you can contribute into them. You don't want to go in and be seen as you want something from them. All right, so go in a way that you really want to offer a sincere friendship and to do the connection. So whatever you want to gain, later down the road. So not to that. So what you want to do this month is basically get connected. Get connected will be the something that you want to do. Get connected without expecting anything. Right? No expectation. Just go there, be a friend. Be a buddy. Be somebody who contribute into their life. It's basically a database collection period. In marketing we call funneling. It's not closing. You're not trying to ask the person to buy anything from you, try to do any closing. You are just basically funneling the people into it. So you are starting the conversation so that you may one day move them to the right direction. So just start all the connection that you can. All right, so now we are going into the yang metal, the geng metal counterpart of it. So if you look at it, the year for the geng metal is basically direct resource. So just now I introduced a bit what does direct resource do. Direct resource always mean that there are someone who are there to depart some of the learning to you. So the month itself is indirect wealth. So indirect wealth, right, it has a lot to do with opportunity. It has a lot to do with gaps. So you will put them together is that this is a great month for you to fill up your knowledge gap, right? So unexpected learning opportunity. So something that you may not think that can be learned, suddenly, that little gate open, that little, floodgate just open, and you found the key that is required. So you have to go and be a bit more humble and look at the situation, and let the teaching come into you and not to resist the teaching. So be cautious of losing opportunity. This is just now I told you, right, there is a combination. So there's a combination coming in. So the combination sometimes will nullify some of the effect, because it ties the effect down. So when this combination coming is basically an earth combination, so the opportunity, the wealth star may just be locked up. All right. So those are the one that you want to be a little bit more careful of losing opportunity. So be sensitive this month we look at it. Be sensitive for the opportunity of learning. Lost opportunity can be regained while knowledge will benefit you long term. Which means that you may be in a situation whereby you need to lose a bit of your money to gain the knowledge. Okay. So some course that you think that you should not sign up, you may want to go and sign up for it. That would be the closest analogy that I can give to you. All right, so take a look at that. Sin metal. So sin metal, pretty much quite great. So now you can look at it. Sin metal this month, if you look at it, is a direct wealth. So direct wealth have a lot to do with success. Has a lot to do with gaining a return. The year is indirect resource. So indirect resource have a tendency of thinking too much. They like broad spectrum thinking. So things that is not there, they try to project it as being there. So place your energy in doing the right thing. Less about thinking or planning. Be a bit more less at that. Tasks can be big, so separating in and constantly taking action will be essential. So which means chunk down. do some chunking down and do the necessary. So what you want to avoid is not taking credit there. Okay, so having the job done, but you are reluctant to take credit for some reason. So this is a very innate thing that the resource star bring. So resource star is basically academician, people who have a little bit more intellect. So how intellect people do, right? They don't really like this things about taking credits, stuff like that. They don't really like that. Basically, they look down on money. Just put it in a way. So try not to be too humble and refuse credit. Going to grab credit is one thing, but when the credit is due and is handed to you, just say thank you very much. That's it. You're not asking you to do a lot of different things. When the credit come to you, just say thank you. Right, so don't need to be too humble. Like, oh, it's not mine. It's all right. Never mind. Please don't do those type of stuff. Right, so what you need to do just to prioritize. Get the thing done first. Strategize on how to leverage the credit on your next advancement. So so do the thing first. Don't worry about the credit. When the credit come that time, accept it, and then you think about how can you further leverage on the success that you have made, the good thing that you have done right now. Right, you need to make a bit of a leverage on it. Take a look at that, and then you have the run water counterpart, always my favorite, because that's my day master. That's my personal day master, run water. So what you want to do, so again, if you look at run water, what they are presented with, the year itself is direct officer. So direct officer have a lot to do with what you're looking at, authority and power that's basically handed down to you. And now you got your eating god coming in. So when you combine these two together, it's basically multiple directions. So eating god basically give you a lot of option. Eating god is basically the option filler. So they give you a lot of option there with branches out that give you a lot of authority. So you are sitting, the month itself is sitting on 7 killing. So this is in a very controlling state. So under normal circumstances, 7 killing, usually we would say that it's very bad, things like accident and all the bad stuff will happen. But when eating god sit on top of a 7 killing, this 7 killing is basically under control. So you can execute a lot of tasks without fearing the repercussion of the 7 killing. So it doesn't have a recoil. So it's like shooting a gun without a recoil coming back to you. So a lot of things you should go into an execution mode, right? So go the distance means that, if you think that you should be doing this much, do a little bit more. Really push it to a little bit more, right? So caution part, eating god. I think everybody know the eating god. We always call it the perfectionist god. So don't go for stubborn perfection. Stubborn perfection got no use. Little inclination towards waiting to get all the T crossed or the I dotted, and you may slow everything down. It's basically just go and push, doesn't matter if it's the execution is not perfect. Move ahead with it. So move into the option. All right. So what get the idea, kick off, execute it. Since risk is low, might as well worth get a few running concurrently. So this is a month whereby you can start a few concurrent project together, and later in the month, when it go down, right, what you do is that you then evaluate which one is basically progressing better, and then only you decide to pull resource from the one that's not progressing well into the other one. But this month, basically just push it. You have the capacity to push. Let's look at the last one, which is the Kui water. Kui water is the yin water. Now yin water, okay, here's the thing. Yin water, you have a hurting officer and 7 killing together. Now, this two is pretty much quite crazy, right? So these two combination is actually not really too good. You just imagine 7 killing, you're being aggressive. Hurting officer, you are advertising about the aggression. So you're basically, an explosion, just to borrow, it is a Hong Kong situation. Right, it's a Hong Kong riot situation. It's a Hong Kong situation right now. If you're looking at it, HO7 killing, everybody's advertising it. So good month to seek ground for refuge, actually. All right, hiding. Good month for you to basically hide. So do not exert vengeance. It's not a good month for you to exert any payback, because you are inviting unnecessary attention and harm. So really, among all the month, this month you need to be really careful with the decision you make. If there's anyone that has ever do you wrong, that has ever harmed you, right? This is not the month for you to pick a fight. It is not a good month for you to pick a fight. What you need to do, your action, make a stance. Draw the line on the ground, ensure the other respect the line where you're standing, right? Not to be pushed over, but not to be an aggressor as well. So both parties respect the line that is drawn on the stand. So this is what you basically want to do. So those are all the day master that we have spoken about. So if you love this, you have all of this. So some of you ask, will it be reposted? Yes, you just have to go to Joey Yap TV. So it usually take about 4 to 5 days for them to just brush up the video, and they will post it up on YouTube, so you can basically watch all the rerun on YouTube. Right. So anything else that you want, you can download notes. So we do prepare notes for you. So you can go to kevinchan.joeyyap.com to basically download the necessary notes. So now we are going to move into some question and answer session. So let me just stop the presentation slide. All right. So normal way of just us doing is basically, if you're going to ask question, use the red color ask question button, because on my screen there is red and white color prompting. So on any of the white color prompting, normally we will not read. Okay. So because we are assuming those are chat. All right, so I can't read it. So we will basically read all the red color one, and information that I need from you is basically, of course, you need to tell me what's your day master, or else there's nothing much to talk about, and what exactly you want to talk about. So because we usually will concentrate on the month, I will look at your structure to basically see how the month is basically being mixed into it together. So it's more meaningful if you are asking career related question than any other question at all. All right, so let me just go through it. Some question of it. Remember to broadcast, always forgot. So how does the Woo-Earth translate on job hunting for this month? Super aggressive this month. Okay, so let me just scroll back to the Woo-Earth, right? So now you're looking at job hunting. All right, so your Woo-Earth is job hunting. So 7 killing rock wealth with a friend star around if you're looking at job hunting, right? So now take a look at it. Month is basically a dog month, because I don't know what month are you. So the dog, that the dog is combined with a rabbit. So if you have a rabbit inside your month, then your job hunting would be a bit more easier. So you always take a look at, does the month have any connection with basically your own career, which is your month. So if let's say that you are born in a dragon month, so dragon and dog is basically a clash. So if you go out and look for a job during this month, it's going to be very tough. It's already a fight month, plus you are very aggressive, so the chances are you'll be showing a aggression that people may not like. Okay, so those are the ones they want to look at. So Val, oops. Okay, let me just take a look at it. Val, if there's a DE in the early bunch of Wuchen and clash with dog, what are the area of caution and opportunity? So any clashes that happen, basically remove the DE. So clash actually is good for DE. But here's the thing, do you know how to control the element which is in DE? Because you just need to imagine there is an element that is basically being locked up most of the time. So it's like a prisoner that have never seen sunlight before, and suddenly the prison is broken, the guy walk out, It could be good, it could be bad, so you need to take a look at it. So that one need to go into a little bit more advanced analysis. But overall, if you're talking about you have a DE and then there's a clash, it usually means that certain thing that is not in access to you currently right now has become accessible to you. Okay, so we take a look at that. Melissa, what am I doing? I'm going to click the wrong button. Okay, Melissa, G-Earth, born on goat month. So you got a G-Earth, born on a goat month. Okay, so born on a goat month. Goat dog, suppose, is there a destruction of goat and dog? Suppose this month is a job probation confirmation. would that indicate a end of probation period or confirm employment? Okay, here's the thing. You gotta say, actually destruction doesn't really indicate a loss of job. Okay, so what happened here is that is in destruction is basically complete change of your job role. And with the dog coming in, with the goat is basically a bullying punishment. Here's the prognosis for you, based on the information that you give. You may be confirmed on a position that has nothing to do with the position that you were given. Right, so your job scope may completely change and you may completely not like it. Because of the bullying punishment, you may feel that you are pressured into taking on the job. Right, so you need to take a look at it from a more positive point of view, right? So is that an opportunity for you to do some learning? So your what you call your entire prospect of looking at employment need to basically change. Your employer doesn't owe you the job that you want. Okay, so they are offering you a job, it's a decent pay. It is your job to go and learn how to get the job done. It is not your employer job to provide you with a job that you can do. So you need to go and do some soul searching when you are looking at this, Melissa. Okay, so Brandon, Yang Water, yay. All right, so I'm also Yang Water. So hi, fellow Yang Water. All right, so take a look at it, Brandon. Rooster. Yang Water is a Yang Water rooster. Okay, so can I know my career direction on this one, or how can I increase my company sales as well? Wow, I want to increase your company sales. You're talking about increasing sales. A bit difficult. So take a look at it. So I'm assuming your roster is in your month. So dog and rooster is basically a harm combination, right? So not really too good in terms of career. So harm, you need to know it depends. Some people are more emotionally tuned. Some people are more logically tuned. So it's basically an EQ versus an IQ thingy. So if you are more IQ tuned person, harm generally doesn't really affect you too much because you work on fact and figure. Whereas when you are more EQ tuned person, right, harm affect you a lot because harm basically are incident that you feel threatened, you feel being betrayed, and you feel that it is not supportive of you. So you're talking about sales, right? You may doubt your customer, right? So you may start doubting your customer. So what you have right now is that you got a lot of options. Your EG is there. There's a lot of options. So what you want to do is to basically spread out your customer base. Don't concentrate on that particular customer that you have, and don't put in all those stress into yourself whereby say this customer is anti me, the customer doesn't like me, the customer doesn't like the company, those type of stuff. Just remove it and spread out the customer base. Go and find new customer, new people to basically talk to. So that basically would help you with your increase of your sales and stuff like that, right? So Jay, let me take a look at Jay, right? Are there any luck opportunity for job hunting for Gui Water? This you've been jobless for a while. Okay, job hunting actually not too difficult. Talk about job hunting because most of the stuff that is basically revolving around you are all action-based stuff. They are all preemptive, proactive stuff. So you can basically go out. It's just that the amount of aggression that you show out. Put it in two point of view. You are hungry, right? So you are hungry. So at the same time, you are also desperate. So depending on how you present yourself out there, you want to present that you are hungry for it. You have the drive for the thing that you want. So employer love the drive, but it cannot appear desperate. Because if you appear desperate, they will press on to you. It's pretty much quite normal. So if you're talking about, getting a job, right? Not too difficult because you are willing to go out and, talk about it. Just don't be picky, all right? Don't be picky about it, right? So jump on the first one that you have, but just remember, do not be desperate. You need to be hungry, but not desperate. Phoebe, take a look at it. Phoebe, why everybody want to get a job this month? All right. One pillar is Ping Yin. Day master is G. So let's take a look at it. Let me just scroll back to the G's, right? So you got your Yin there. You take a look at it. So Yin Wu Shi. So if you look at it, Yin is basically your tiger, horse, and also the dog are three harmony combination. So great. Three harmony combination usually mean that they are people who would come in and assist you. So it's a three-party thingy. Three-party thingy means that, someone will come and assist you. So when we're talking about someone come and assist you, it's not for you to sit around and, do nothing. So you need to go and seek that somebody, which means that you want your job opportunity, right? Start spreading news to headhunter. Start spreading news to your friends who basically in department. Just remember friend in high places. So your DO, friends, staff friends in high places. Start talking to friends in high places, don't bother about, face value thingy, it's like, oh, I don't want to bother this high places friend, send them a note, say, hello, how are you, then you can explain a bit on your situation, is your organization, working, looking for people with this sort of skill set. I happen to be available, at this current moment. If you have any opportunity or you hear that there is any opportunity out there, please direct them to my direction so that I can, send in a resume to do that. So you do that, but you don't go there and tell them that I need a job. You have to find a job for me. Don't do those kind of conversation. It's just basically a friendly conversation, telling your friends that you need some help right now. You have assistance. You want to have a look. So if you happen to run through the opportunity, do prompt me up so that I can action on the opportunity. So that is what you basically want to do. Okay, Anna. Let's take a look at Anna. Sin Day Master. Sin. Where are you hiding, Sin? All right, Sin Day Master. Born in a horseman. How can I get back? Call back for interview. Call the interviewer. Right, that would be fastest way for you to get back for interview. So now here's the thing, right? So that horseman. Horseman is also a three harmony combination. I just now tell you, tiger, horse, and dog is three harmony combination. So every time three harmony combination come, that you need to think multi-party. So there's always a third party that basically is doing it. So now, you've gone through an interview. Depending on how is basically the interview being set up. If it's set up by a headhunter, you call back the headhunter to prompt what's the situation, or you are basically meeting with. Not normally when you go for an interview is that the HR, not the person who hired you, so it's going to be the immediate superior. So what you can do is you basically prompt the HR and ask them, very critical, ask them where are the process right now. Not asking them for a second interview. You just tell them that, so how is the process, which part of the process that you are basically in right now. So ask them that general question. So it is, very normal for a person to ask where the process is right now. Okay, so Jasper, let's have a look at it. Jasper, how can we push forward with work as there is need to deal with petty folk and office politics? Rainwater born in Jiaxu. Oh, Xu and Xu. Okay, two dogs meeting each other. Rainwater made in Jiaxu. Slightly a bit tricky. This one is a little bit more tricky. So if you have petty people, now here's the thing. Dealing with petty people is actually pretty much easy. It's just to walk off. It's pretty simple. So petty people are usually like people who don't want you to progress forward, so they want to stop you. So what you do is just that ignore them and move forward. So with a proper officer star, and you do have a 7 killing down there, right? So be aggressive a little bit. Don't worry about that. Be aggressive a little bit. Draw the line. For lack of a word, ask the fella to bugger off. Just move off, don't bother me, stuff like that. I am not in mood to basically, do anything with you. Just tell them, tell the fellow off. Don't worry, your 7 killing won't actually exert too much of a damage because of the eating god controlling the situation. So you would probably find a good way of getting rid of that. But if you are going to deal with petty people, there's only one method to deal with petty people. Move on. That's it. Just leave the petty people there, behind, and petty as the fella want to be petty of. So Man Hui, let's take a look at Man Hui. Ping Shen. So you got a ping, you got ping, you got ping. Let's go back up to the ping. Let's take a look at the sunshine. All right. Is this a good month to afford investment and property? All right. So investment property is an hour matter. So if you look at investment property, we're looking at the hour matter. So today we're not looking at that, right? So no need to look at investment and property, right? So J again. So we got J again. Mouse not functioning. So are there any good luck or opportunity for job hunting for already answered the question, Jay. Jen. Take a look at Jen. How to increase business income this month? Yin water. Yin water kui. Direct answer to yours when you are a yin water with hurting officer and 7 killing is basically go all out and butcher your competitor. All right, it's butcher your competitor, but it's not a healthy competition. It's basically a price war. All right, so you want to do a price war or you want to do a offer war. Right, it's basically doing something more aggressive than the other guy. So if the other guy is gonna give two gift out, buy one free two, you're gonna buy one free four. That's basically what you're gonna do. You're gonna increase your sales. But again, I would say that it is not a healthy thing to do. Right, it's not a healthy thing to go for an aggressive fight. So I would say that this month I would conserve my energy. Right. Anis, let's take a look at it. Finally some wood day master here. The mouse is trying to kill itself. Right, let's take a look at the yeet. Yeet. All right, we'll go back to the yeet here. Month pillar is Mao. Okay, so Mao and dog. So rabbit dog is basically a combination. So pretty much quite okay. Want to know a good verdict on study related dispute? Quite okay if you're talking about a combination study related dispute. You take a look at it, there are actually no resource star inside the entire situation. So very difficult to give you a talking about study. But if you're talking about dispute, there's chances for you to win because a competitive spirit is there and there's indirect wealth is basically there. Aggression is there, the EG is controlling the aggression, and then there is a combination. Basically, the prognosis is quite good. You're talking about a dispute, but you're talking about study, you may have not learned anything, right? So I don't know. Here and there. So depending on where you are looking at, if you're looking at purely learning, then there are no resource star, so may not have a good learning experience. Okay, Shen. Daymaster Yang Water, branch on red. Yang Water on red. Nothing too much different. The dog and the red doesn't really have any relation at all. So career on the month is Ting Fire Branch Mao. Career on the month Okay, your month is basically Mao. Good month to have a new chance for what? New chance for career. What are you looking at? So now you are jobless, looking for career. So again, rabbit dog is basically a combination, and your overall chart is basically quite auspicious. E.g., direct officer, those are pretty much quite good. And then the dog also carry direct wealth and also direct resource. Those are all pretty much quite a good combination. So, and with a combine is actually quite good in terms of your career. So depending where are your situation now first, right? So Chow, let's look at it. Chow, 人子没有 in Horseman. So in Horseman, patch back with your girlfriend. 人子 人子 Horseman. I think first of all, again, we are not doing any relationship thingy, but quickly when you are 人子 and also your month is basically horse, right? Horse and zi is already always in loggerhead already. So what happened here is that you need to first separate your work with your relationship. Okay, your girlfriend shall not interfere with your work. You shall not bring work back to your girlfriend. You need to separate both of them first. Okay, so take a look at that. So dog and also rat, no interaction. Dog and also your horse is basically a 3 harmony combination, but the 3 harmony combination is for your month. So it got nothing to do with a relationship. Okay, not very helpful month if you're talking about relationship. No bonus, no things. Right, Jeffrey. Whoa. Okay, day pillar Keng. Let's scroll back to the Keng. Let's take a look at the Keng. Hello. Hey, what happened? All right, we are back. So the mouse jam again. So red month doesn't. So you got a red month. Horse asking on office politics and sales. Any advice? Question not clear. What do you mean by office politics and also sales advice? So also the same thing. So horse year, nothing to do with the year, so don't need to take a look at it. Red month. So red dog. Nothing much, take a look at it. So it doesn't really give you much of a thing. So the horse and the dog combination though, if you are talking about, going out and, expanding a little bit on your network, which is work-related networking, right? That would help a little bit. Cool. So Jeffrey, take a look at that. Sharon, let me take a look at Sharon here. Job interview success come during 3 harmony combo day. Doesn't really translate in that manner. So if you're looking at any sort of combination, right? Combination basically just means that so when you combine, it usually come with a additional element that get created. So in the olden day, when they look at combination, is that because olden day everything is scarce. Anything that give you extra, you get an extra out of the alliance is basically good. So that's why they usually say is good. You get something additional on a combine, but it got nothing to do with telling you, 3 harmony combination, you'll be successful. Nothing to do with that, right? It's just that combination basically yields something. So you need to take a look at what is being yielded at that point in time. Schedule interview, actually signing the contract and start work, all good days in the personalized trial reports is great help. So hopefully you are successful in your things. It's just that you need to know that, you don't read a 3 harmony combination or 6 combo as in, I will be successful. No, because the thing that combine out can be something that is nasty. Okay, Hanadi, husband day master is yin wood. So we go back to the yin wood and take a look at it. Asking for your husband. And where's your husband? In a snake month, a pig year, God for work and money will be able to improve his work. Directly, I'm telling you, if you have a snake month, no, because the pig and the month, the pig and the pig and the snake is basically a clash, and if it's a month, you need to be very careful of the month of November. Okay, November is basically the pig month, pig year, pig month clash into it. Your husband may be going through a bit of a issue during the month of November. Make sure that he doesn't explode during that particular month. So if you talk like it, the snake and the dog, again, snake and dog doesn't really have a lot of things in common, so don't really need to bother about it. So if you're talking about this month, about career, improve of his work, so would be the answer. But I would be caution of the month of November as the pig basically come in. Danela, I hope I'm pronouncing correct, Danela. Right, Ping Chen year. Don't want to know the year. Jia Xu Day. Alright, there's a Jia Xu Day. Mao in luck pillar. Wei Man. So again, you want to ask about of business and career. What's the best for me to do? Increase the visibility of your business and career. So you want to increase visibility. Alright, so increase visibility usually would be a herding officer thing. So the herding officer is the one that basically drag in the attention. So you may want to use that. But here's the thing: earth, wood, a lot of earth combined become earth. Visibility basically are already being covered. So it's not really too good of a month if you're talking about wanting to increase visibility. Again, good dog, they already form a natural bullying punishment. So here's the thing, you may have this feeling that you are being forced to do certain thing that you don't like. So learn how to say no. That would be something that you want to do. Learn how to basically say no. Strategy wise, you got a friend star there is basically, you want to use a referral. So you want to basically use referral. So your main thing right now is basically ask for referral. So you do go back to your old customer and those that have recently purchased from you and ask them for a little bit of a referral. So today through Facebook, I think it's pretty much quite easy. You may ask them to write a review on your Facebook page. On Facebook page, there's basically a review button, just go and ask them, you recently, purchased something from us. We are very thankful of it. Can you share a little bit of your experience on using the product or, the entire purchasing process, the service that we have provided? Can you, please go and put a review in on the page? So that's what you do. So that will basically help you with the entire thing that you are doing. Team. Gui Day Master. Ting Man. Commander of Work and Employment Opportunity. This is year end. Also need. Okay. Let me just reread it, team. How is the Gui Day Master Ting Man Commander? Well, so when you're talking about Ting Man Commander, the thing is on top or at the bottom. If it's at the bottom, then it's a horse. So I need to basically know that, but I just assume it's on the top first. So also need to sit for a test for work proficiency. Kindly advise. Okay. So no. So again, if I assume your thing is basically a horse, then it's a three harmony combination there. Usually you have a combination. Prognosis is usually pretty much quite good. So specifically, if you're talking about fire, then fire is your hurting officer. So easy for you to get prominence, easy for you to basically let people see. So when you're talking about taking a test, right, depending what sort of test that you are talking about. So if it's a test of presentation, you really go out and do a presentation or something that you need to perform, then you basically get a pass point because showmanship is there. Hurting officer's showmanship is there. But if it's a written test, nobody see you, then that hurting officer doesn't really help at all. So you need to take a look at what sort of a context that you are in. Pearly, if hour and 10 year have dragon, okay, what are the impact this month? So 10-year luck pillar, don't take a look at that. That is a bit more complicated to think. So your hour pillar always is about your legacy, your inner thinking, your aspiration. So when that is being clashed, basically there's a lot of change in inner thinking. We usually say that your thinking become blur case. Normally you think this is good, suddenly you think that it is not good anymore. So again, when you're talking about hour, you need to basically put into the perspective what are the things that you're looking at. Children, you're looking at employee, you're gonna looking at subordinate, you're gonna looking at student, looking at your investment, stuff like that. It basically means that there is a change. You become unsure of your own decision and also thinking. Erin, 丁巳year. 庚戌慢, so you're in a dog month. 丙辰 day, I think want to get a job abroad, maybe Singapore or Australia. What can I do increase my job opportunity? This one use feng shui will be faster. Your budget chart a bit slower. Okay, so you can take a look at that. Budget chart a little bit slower when you talk about, and we are talking about a month here some more. You're not going to get a job within a month, all right? So seek some feng shui help on this. You may need to activate traveling star, your own traveling star, and also the nobleman star. So these are mainly 2 stars that you need to activate if you are talking about travel abroad. Vince. Snake Day Master. Okay. Year with rooster month. What is in store in October? Career, financial, and also relationship. So again, rooster, dog, harm. So in terms of work, a lot of suspicion happening, a lot of mistrust, a lot of things that is basically not really too nice. Again, it depends if you are an EQ gear person, then it will be a bit more of a terrible month for you. If you are a more IQ geared person, you basically don't really care too much about it. Christina, Geng Day Master. Let me just scroll back onto the Geng Day Master to have a look. Your Geng Day Master here. So what the Christina need is a Jia Yuman. So again, you got a Yuman. Started a new online campaign for sales, but not much return yet. Any advice to improve the campaign so that it have sale? Product is digital self-help. Again, when you are using this for your thing, so you take a look at it, right? When you are dealing with outside public market, so you are dealing with market, you need to shift to the year. So your month, when you are in business, your month is basically your management and your product. So you give me the month, then I can only tell you management and product thingy. So now here's the rooster and also your what you call your dog, right? It's a harm relationship. You yourself are not really sure of your product. Okay. This month you are, you're doubtful of your own product. When you are doubtful on your own product, when you go and pitch your product, right? What do you think the vibe that the other person is going to get from you? It's going to be a doubtful vibe as well. So you may want to fix the doubt of your product first before you, further on campaign. So in campaigning, you need date selection service, and if you are able to use Qimen Dunjia, that would be a better choice. Okay, you need a combination of Qimen and also your your date selection. So that is basically a campaigning thingy. So, but the target is usually the year and not your month. So you want to deal with public, but you really do fix the doubt of your product. You are doubting your products. Okay. Can I raise fund for business this month? Every month also can raise fund for business, Raman. Hour is run monkey. Now, raising fund for business is not in the hour. It's not in the hour. It's basically in the month and the year. So you're trying to get money from people in public. You are trying to get money. Investment is you put money inside. It's different. All right. It's a different case. So let me take a look at it. Hour is run monkey again, got nothing to do with hour. Day is dog, nothing to do with month is geng dog. It's also dog. Why there are so many dog inside your chart? All right, so you basically have all the dog together. Indirect resource. So so you got dog, you get indirect resource, indirect wealth, direct resource, a lot of resource star. Actually quite good, pretty much quite okay. If you're talking about you wanting to get, so a resource are basically things coming in to assist you, things coming in to basically help you, and it's basically indirect resource on indirect wealth on an indirect resource. There are good chances that you are able to raise fund for your business, right? So it's basically quite okay. Mailing, take a look at mailing. Yinwood, is it a good month to seek medical treatment? Every month also is good month to seek medical treatment, right? There are no month that you cannot seek medical treatment. It's like, when you ask this question, sometimes, it runs through my mind is that, why is the doctor, closed? Can't be that. So, again, to solve this sort of problem, you need to know what is your entire medical condition, and, need to know what is your condition of your resource, what are basically going wrong, and see if the month can actually do some repair work. So if we take a look at Yinwood, right? So Yinwood, now a lot of time when you talk about healing, it is going to be resource star. In particular, is actually indirect resource. So if you look at the entire month right now, there is actually no indirect resource inside the month right now. So if you're really gonna ask about health related issue, not really too good of a month talking about health. Right, let's go. How do we activate traveling star? So that is a feng shui question, usually using fire or using water. There's two ways. But you need to get the right date selection to basically do it. So anything to do with activation is either water activation, fire activation, or an activity activation. So placing yourself at the traveling star area. Last one. Dimitri, Kui Ying water. No, that's not a question. Last one, Vince. What is in store for Sin Snake Day Master and Year? What are you asking in store? Right, so just now has already explained, what to do for your scene day master. You may want to just go back to the video to take a look. All right, so everybody, thank you. It's 8 o'clock sharp, and that's it for all the question and also for all the day master. And again, big thank you for everybody that basically joins today. So we see you again next month, and bye bye everybody. Take care and have a good weekend ahead, and utilize your month as how you should, and make sure you come back and watch for the next month. Okay, bye.